Hey, it's Dr. Chatter here with a quick shot. Sorry. Whiskey. Anywho, last episode I showed you a splash card that said Easter nepotism. Now, did I think the analysis of the Bible was nepotism? Of course I didn't. I mean, it does show favor that no matter what, he'll just fucking help himself. But that's more selfish, not really nepotism. So, God's selfish. And especially seeing what he did to Job and other people and said, well, you're not the one that fucking made everything go blah, 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 and I say what goes and blah, blah, blah. That's egomaniacal and selfish. But I also asked the question of why did I use a red Easter egg? Well, Eastern forms of Christianity, such as Orthodox religions, actually understand this story. It's an apocryphal story that goes back to Mary Magdalene. Supposedly, Mary Magdalene was brought in front of the emperor, I believe it was Tiberius, and Tiberius said, hey, you got to do a magic trick for me. Hey, you know what? Like, turn this egg red and blah, blah, blah. And Mary said, I can't do that. The only person that could do that is God. And the egg turned red. And everyone was like, whoa, she turned the egg red. And stuff like that. I think I'm remembering the story right. I'm a little off. But I've heard a couple different variations of it. So you might have heard a different one. There's even one on... was it uscatholic.org? I think that's the right one. But yeah, I mean, there's a few different variations of Mary Magdalene and the red egg. And not to sound overly crazy, but actually there is a possibility that this might be a clue to some deeper implication about Christianity. Forgive me, but you're going to think I'm really insane here. There was a book called The Sacred Mushroom and the Cross. I forget the author's name. I saw a documentary about it. It seemed fairly intriguing. But the possibility is that this egg was not an egg, but the cap from a mushroom. A mushroom called flyagrit, or Amanita muscara. This, when it appears on the surface, will look like an egg, a white egg. And then, when it breaks the veil, as the author said it did, the skin over the cap of the mushroom would break, creating a little skirt around the stalk, and it would either be a golden mushroom, which would start looking like a golden egg and then turn into a mushroom, or a red egg and turn into a mushroom. Now, the interesting thing about these red eggs is as the life cycle of the mushroom completes, it curves up the cap so it looks almost like a golden chalice. And dew and other condensation like water will leach the red off of the mushroom and produce a liquid at the base of this cup or chalice that looks like wine or blood. And will make you trip balls. You will hallucinate like no one's business. In fact, this mushroom is used by shamans around the world in various climates, including Siberia, that actually induces hallucinogenic just fantasies to manifest before you. You can believe that you're surfing a rainbow on a grizzly bear and all this other different spiritual woo. And these shamans will actually use their urine to let the other people ingest that are with them to experience a trip like theirs, but a lower dosage. It's more refined and less likely to make them suffer any ill effects from a first-time dose. And this is called drinking the water, which Jesus in the Bible said, if you drink my water, you will not be thirsty or hungry again. And if you have ever known tripping on anything, acid, mushrooms, whatever, you're not hungry. In fact, hungry, that like eating kind of repulses you. So, yeah, this might actually be related to mushroom cult activity in the ancient Arabian Peninsula. And these stories might have gotten mixed in with Christianity. In fact, the first miracle of Jesus was performed at Cana, where he turned water into wine, which he could have easily done with fly agate caps, which would turn the water red, and would make all the people, as it says in the Bible, see his power manifest before their very eyes, because they were tripping balls. Ironically, there are 4 towns that I know of that were called Cana. And at the time of Jesus, one of them was right next to the area collectively known as, I believe it's Palestine, and was in an area where there's lots of mountains and coniferous forests, where the mushroom actually tends to grow. And since Jesus saw the devil out in these wilderness areas, there is a possibility that he might have imbibed this mushroom and taken this knowledge down. I'm not saying he's real, but whoever this myth might be based off of might actually have something to do with mushrooms, and not real magic or divinity. It's an interesting theory, a crazy theory, but one I thought I'd mention on Dr. Chatter, because you know what? Knowledge changes the world.